and again. But everyone deserves a chance to prove themselves.
You know, this is the place that gave me an opportunity to come here and play the game that I love.
At the University of Wyoming, we're the team that believes you can do anything. This is where underdogs come to shine and where real MVPs are made.
Technology in medicine is advancing all the time. Amazingly, Star Valley Health is keeping up with everywhere else. It provides people an opportunity to get care that is closer, but care that is the same or better quality. Our specialists are fellowship trained and board certified.
Doing care at Star Valley Health has made me feel like I've got a place at home that I can trust and rely on.
Ever wish you could be the boss of your home Wi-Fi? Well, with Home Zone by Silver Star, now you can. It's like having your own Wi-Fi command center right in your pocket. Whether it's setting up a guest network for visitors, controlling what your kids can access, or checking your connection speed, Home Zone has you covered. With Protect IQ, you'll have a virtual bodyguard for your Wi-Fi, blocking unwanted threats before they reach your devices. Home Zone by Silver Star. Wi-Fi control, coverage, and security all in one.
In healthcare these days, you just don't find a place like Star Valley Health. We really do focus on providing the best care.
Our employees take so much pride in their positions. They know that if their kids get sick, if they get sick, if somebody gets in a car accident, that there is that personal tie.
They get to see the change that they make in their life, so it's fun to be involved.
For 18 years, Miles CPA has been your trusted partner in Star Valley, blending experience and expertise to support our community's financial needs. With a combined 75 years of experience, our dedicated team includes 3 skilled CPAs, along with 3 specialized bookkeepers. We're thrilled to welcome Amanda Wilford, our newest CPA, to the Miles CPA family. Together, we offer unmatched services in bookkeeping, payroll, business consulting, and tax preparation. Your financial success is our priority. Miles CPA, always a strong supporter of Star Valley Braves sports and activities. Go Braves!
Get to know your 2025 Star Valley Braves, presented by the University of Wyoming. Just visit svinews.com/football roster for pictures, details, and more. That's svinews.com/football roster.
Back to more live coverage of Braves football with SVI Media and Swift 98 on the SVI Sports Network.
66-67, the Star Valley Braves enter the season as back-to-back-to-back three-peat state champions. Tonight, the campaign begins for the 4th consecutive title in Star Valley football, and if accomplished, it would be the 7th overall for head coach McKay Young, who tonight enters just his 10th season at the helm of Star Valley football, already the all-time wins leader in Star Valley football history. But for a roster that includes 28 returning seniors, this is their year. One single year to be a senior and one shot to put your name in the history books. It's the season opener for Star Valley football on the road in eastern Idaho to take on the home Shelley Russets. I'm Duke Dance with Dal Erickson and the entire SVI Sports crew welcoming you to the First Bank of Wyoming countdown to kickoff and the 2025 campaign of Star Valley Braves football. Dal, this has been a long time coming for this group. We've talked about it. Some of these players had the chance to be part of that state championship team on the field. Some of them were role players and helped in practices and watched from the sideline. And now this is, as we talked with Coach Young multiple times about, this is their time to go.
You know, Duke, this is one of those situations where Star Valley has always kind of been this way. There's always been it's a program you kind of have to wait your turn. You got to put in the work so you get that senior opportunity. But I don't know that I've ever heard, or I certainly don't remember, a senior class being this big, all looking for their chance. 28 seniors on the team, and a lot of them really didn't get to see the field last year. And it's one of those things that it's kind of a dark horse motivator for a team that people may be thinking is is kind of satisfied, but you got a lot of kids that have been waiting their turn.
Absolutely. We'll get to know them through the season tonight. We're going to meet one of them, one of those seniors who had some playing time last year during our senior spotlight. That's Kyan Watson. We'll introduce him in just a few moments. For those watching right now on SVI, what you're seeing is the tail end of the freshman game with 3:20 remaining in the fourth quarter, and Shelley leading 20-0 in this freshman game. Star Valley with the ball. The varsity team warming up on the practice field behind us here at Shelley High School. It's the First Bank of Wyoming countdown to kickoff. Your home for totally free checking, where free really does mean free. Visit gofirstbank.com. Coming up in our countdown to kickoff coverage, we are going to have Jake Hibbert join us with his studio report presented by Lincoln County Weed and Pest. He'll take a look at the 3A classification, specifically who might be the biggest challengers from the east side of the 3A class this year. Jake Hibbert on the way. Of course, we'll have your Crimson Corner, the Roundup. Back with this segment that took a break, the tidbit of history. We're going to take a look at the 1980 football and volleyball teams for Star Valley, which both won a state title on the same day back in 1980. Recap the rivalry, sideline report, records watch, keys to the game, all ahead of the national anthem and kickoff. When we come back, your senior spotlight with Star Valley High School senior running back linebacker Kyan Watson. It's the First Bank of Wyoming countdown to kickoff from Shelley High on the SVI Sports Network.
At First Bank of Wyoming, we know you're more than just a number. We know the important numbers that matter most, the ones that tell your story. From starting your financial journey to planning for your first home and reaching your family's financial goals, we're here to celebrate your story, not just your transactions. From milestones to memories, we're here to celebrate every moment that counts. When you bank with us, you're part of a community that cares about every number that counts. First Bank of Wyoming, where you're more than a number.
Star Valley Disposal and Royal Flush Septic have been serving the local community for over 25 years with residential, commercial, and construction services, along with porta potties and septic pumping. Please remember to always bag your garbage before placing it into your can. Even the smallest breeze can cause garbage to scatter everywhere as it is being dumped into our garbage trucks. For service and questions, visit StarValleyDisposal.com. That's StarValleyDisposal.com.
Working at Simplot Smoky Canyon Mine is more than just a job. For many, it's a multi-generational career path. It's a way to provide a suitable living for you and your family. It's an environment based on the well-being of each and every employee, with an intense emphasis on safety. So whether you're a recent high school graduate or nearing retirement, visit Simplot.com and select careers. That's Simplot.com and select careers. Simplot Smoky Canyon Mine, a world of career opportunities.
This is the SVI Sports Network with live coverage of the Star Valley Braves. Let's get back to Duke and Dow.
To kickoff on the SVI Sports Network, a 0-week season opener for Star Valley as they take on the Russets in Eastern Idaho at Shelley High School today. We'll talk what 0-week means here in just a few moments. But first, earlier this week, I had the chance to catch up with one of the 28 seniors on this year's roster for Star Valley High School. That's Kyan Watson. Here's your senior spotlight as part of the First Bank of Wyoming countdown to kickoff. It's our senior spotlight on the SVI Sports Network, and senior Kyan Watson is here with us ahead of the Shelley Russets today. Kyan, thanks for your time. You finally get on the field and get some live game action. Let's recap maybe fall camp and what was your takeaways as a senior this year from fall camp and maybe your takeaways from that as you head into this game tonight.
You have a different view at it, being a senior, being your last camp and stuff, but it was fun. Getting to know all the new kids and just being able to step into that leadership role and just be able to lead the team through the camp and getting better and all that.
Absolutely. So you guys have been in school for just a little over a week now. Which would you prefer, being back in class or just keep doing 2-a-days all season?
2 days, it was hard, but I don't know, I'm not much of a school kid, so probably 2 days.
Perfect. All right, so you guys have Shelley tonight. What's something you guys are focusing on this game, either specifically for the Russets or maybe just as a team to improve?
Just going out there, trying our best, and getting all the rust off, and just trying to fix the things we need to perform at our best.
Of course, as a junior last year, you played through some injuries, but had quite a bit of time on the field. Do you have any focuses or goals for yourself this year now that you're a senior, as far as offense or defense?
Just trying to be the best I can, being the best leader for the team, and trying to make it so that we can win our games, and putting my effort in so that all of our other team can succeed.
Now, how about you outside of football? What are some other hobbies you have?
I love to work out. I like to hunt and fish, just anything outdoors, working on cars.
All right. Do you have a favorite car?
I have an 86 Bronco I love.
You seem like a Bronco guy, and you seem like that. I like it. How about after high school? You still have a whole senior year ahead of you, of course, but do you have some plans or still working on that?
Probably going to go to a tech school and either become a welder or a mechanic.
Okay, perfect. How about your favorite class in school so far this year?
Probably my welding class.
Perfect. Let's see, favorite movie?
Probably The Lion King.
Okay, nice. Now here's what everybody's watching is wondering right now. What kind of shampoo do you use on those locks of yours? That's pretty impressive.
I don't know the brand of it, really, so.
Just something that cleans it, That's Kyle Watson. It's our senior spotlight on the SVI Sports Network.
We sing, we dance, we love, we are happy every day. Have fun with us, let's say happy, 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 happy.
These kinds of headaches can be literally incapacitating. They can change your quality of life. They can change your ability to work. They can change your ability to take care of your family.
I wasn't able to get up in the morning and get breakfast for my boys. As they went off to school, I wasn't able to help them. I had a hard time getting out to games, to plays, to activities that they were in. Dr. McClure has helped me get my life back. I'm grateful for that because I can be so close to his office.
Dave could easily set up against the wall.
Watch this game and all SVI sports broadcasts live after the big game at SVInews.com. This is the SVI Sports Network.
First Bank of Wyoming countdown to kickoff. First Bank, where you're more than just a number. Visit your local branches in Alpine and Afton, and also online at gofirstbank.com. Welcome back to Shelley High School. Duke Dance, Dal Erickson here with you. Dal, 0-week game. Explains to us what that means today.
Well, what it means is, every program in Wyoming has a chance to either do a scrimmage or, in some case, I think Cody is doing this actually. There'll be 3 teams, and maybe each team will play a half against another team. It's an opportunity to play a real game or to not play a real game. Cameron Cokeville is a great example. They're just scrimmaging each other. It doesn't count. They can do different scenarios, things that maybe the teams want to work on. There's no officials probably, at least not in a real capacity. And then there's teams that say, yeah, we want to play a real game, and yes, it's going to count, and that's what Star Valley has done under Coach Young predominantly. And so that's what the 0-week game postseason, 3A West Conference playoff, postseason stuff. This has no bearing at all. There is no power rankings, the thing they used to use years ago. There's none of that. So that's why the conference games are a little more important. And that's why you'll also hear Coach Young and maybe some of his staff, they'll refer to these games as preseason, which has a completely different meaning in like the NFL where it doesn't count. These count, just not for conference play or postseason considerations.
It's all part of the First Bank of Wyoming countdown to kickoff as the freshman game just ended ahead of this one with a final score of 20-7 in favor of Shelley. The Braves varsity have been warming up on the practice field behind us and will take the field soon, about 20 minutes ahead of kickoff time. Let's take a look with the studio report from Jake Hibbert. It's presented by the Lincoln County Weed and Pest. Help keep Star Valley beautiful. Please spray knapweed at your homes and businesses. Contact the Lincoln County Weed and Pest for details. Trying to get rid of knapweed and keep it under control, contact the Lincoln County Weed.
Who's coming back in the West period? Not a lot of names that you may recognize from a year ago. So let's go ahead and start with a few that you do. And that brings us to Green River, which is coming off of 2 1-8 seasons as Blaine Christensen enters his third season as the head coach of the Wolves. They'll be led at quarterback and safety by a third-year starter in Maddox Hintz. Green River's certainly going to get a good challenge tomorrow, and I think that might let us know a little bit more about what this team, now veteran, is set up to do this year as they take on Mountain View, led by their quarterback, Justice Platts, who's headed off to Utah Tech University after this season. A big question mark, of course, for Green River defense. They gave up almost 42 points per game last year. You can't really win at all with that level of scoring allowed. We saw Jackson already in Temecula, California yesterday as they got a 24-22 win in their 0-week opener. Cooper Kinsler had a touchdown run and a touchdown catch for the Bronx. Liam Logan also caught a long touchdown in the win. As for the Evanston Red Devils, they've got a new quarterback. Well, they've got 2 new quarterbacks. Kaysen Brady is a junior and Gray Hamilton is a sophomore. And head coach for the Red Devils, Steve Moore, told me the 2 of them will be switching possessions back and forth early in the year until someone establishes themselves. Brady Wallace is back as a running back, but he'll be running behind a completely new offensive line, and that can make a world of difference. Speaking of a new team, the Powell Panthers returned just 1 starter from a year ago. That's Ivy Agee, their kicker, and they have just a few seniors on the team as a whole. This varsity team is going to be made up largely of freshmen and sophomores, according to head coach Chase Kistler. And Rowan Diaz and linebacker Tyler Wenzel are the only 2 contributors returning from last year's varsity. And we have a quarterback battle in Powell as well, as Tanner Seifert and Karcher Foley will be battling it out. And then finally, Cody. Well, the Bronx really returned no one from a year ago. Taking a look at their quarterback situation to start, I'm not sure if they go with Cash McFadden or Landon Schultz. Those were the 2 backups a year ago. They both seemed like really good athletes, so I suppose they'll probably both figure into the offense and defense somewhere. But this Cody team, I'm sure they're going to be good under Coach Matt McFadden, but who will be running those touchdowns for 70, 80 yards? I guess we'll have to wait and see. And that's it for me. Check me out throughout the game as I'll be bringing you the highlights and scores from around the state of Wyoming. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Jake Hibbert. That is your Hibbert Studio Report presented by the Lincoln County Weed and Pest. Shelley Russett's the home team tonight. It's their home opener this evening. And the Star Valley Braves, their season opener. The varsity team finishing their warm-ups on the practice field behind us, about ready to take the field to complete warm-ups. We are about 17 minutes away from kickoff time. It's the First Bank of Wyoming countdown to kickoff on the SVI Sports Network.
Customer.
No stress with Point S.
Live coverage of Star Valley Sports on the SVI Sports Network is made possible by TerraPower, a nuclear innovation company. The Right Company, your local siding and gutter experts. Call Ready Mix, located north of Afton. Miles Beverage, proud to sponsor Star Valley Sports. Hillam Orthodontics, generations serving generations since 1966. And by Star Valley Glass and Lock, automotive, residential, and commercial glass.
There's no place to enjoy the fall season like Alpine, Wyoming. Enjoy fly fishing on the Salt and Snake Rivers, camping and hunting up the Grays in the Wyoming Range, hike the trails in the Bridger-Teton National Forest, or bring your off-road vehicles and enjoy the backcountry. And with plenty of lodging and dining options at affordable prices, you just can't beat the fall season in Alpine. Experience the fall season like Mother Nature intended in scenic Alpine, Wyoming.
This is live coverage of local high school sports on SVI Media and the SVI Sports Network.
Phoenix Hubby, followed by Kyan Watson, and a large group of seniors take the field to finish up their pregame warm-ups. And Shelley, Idaho, it's the First Bank of Wyoming countdown to kickoff of the season opener for Star Valley as they take on the Russets in Shelley. I'm Duke Dance with Dal Erickson, and the countdown to kickoff presented by First Bank of Wyoming. Now let's take a look at your Crimson Corner presented by the Star Valley Independent.
Well, the Star Valley High School golf team just wrapping up a 2-day tournament out in Rock Springs. In fact, I just barely got the text. It's so new, I haven't even had a chance to look to see what they are yet. But we'll see if I can track that down and give you an update on how the team went at halftime. Volleyball is at the Cheyenne Invite. They defeated Cheyenne South earlier today. Fell in 3. This is a best-of-3 situation in Cheyenne to Cheyenne Central, and they will serve it up against Sheridan to wrap up today. Then they take on Laramie and Thunder Basin tomorrow. Cross Country hosted the More Cowbell Invitation. We talked about that this morning as part of Sports Friday. Colton Cranny winning the individual, the boys winning the team title, girls placing second. Looking at some football scores last night, the sophomores lost to Skyline 42-39. The JV defeated Shelley 21-16. And the freshmen just now wrapping up their game against the Russets, the Star Valley freshmen losing to Shelley 20-7. That's a look at your Crimson Corner from the Star Valley Independent.
Sign up for a print subscription, digital e-edition subscription, or both at the same time today. It's easy to do so online. Just visit SBInews.com/subscribe. That's SBInews.com/subscribe. Now, how about your roundup presented by Sunrise Engineering?
And as I mentioned, some programs playing real games, some programs not. These rankings are courtesy of WyoPreps.com. In 4A, Sheridan at Cheyenne South, kind of the two opposites in the 4A class. East is at Laramie, Campbell County at Kelly Walsh, Rock Springs at Central. The game of the week in 4A this week looks to be Natrona County at Thunder Basin. Had a game last night involving a Star Valley opponent. Jackson went all the way over to Temecula, California, and defeated Linfield Christian 24-22. Some other games of note. You got Powell at Riverton. Burns will be in Rollins. Ben Lohman coming up from Utah to be in Evanston. Gearing, Nebraska is in Torrington. Green River and Mountain View in an interclass game. And then Malad will be at Lyman. That's your Sunrise Engineering Roundup.
Creating solutions that work and relationships that last. Visit sunrise-eng.com. That's sunrise-eng.com. Star Valley and Shelley on the field. Kickoff in about 12 minutes from right now. A segment that we have done before, but returning it tonight, a tidbit of history presented by Star Valley Medical Supply, providing real answers, honest service, and quality home medical equipment. Find them online at StarValleyMedicalSupply.com. That's StarValleyMedicalSupply.com. SVI Media's John Little takes us back to 1980 when the Braves football and volleyball team won state titles on the same day. Here's today's tidbit of history with John Little on the SVI Sports Network.
On November 1st, 1980, two Star Valley teams made history. On that day, both the varsity volleyball and football squads took home state titles. The volleyball team entered the championship against the Wheatland Bulldogs undefeated, despite a series of close matches. Their comeback against Evanston in October had already shown their grit. After trailing 11-1 in the final set, they rallied to win 15-13. The state title match was just as tense. Wheatland took the first set 15-8, but Star Valley bounced back in the second, winning 15-11. In the final set, the game stalled at 2-2 for the first 20 minutes. Each point was fiercely contested. With the score tied 13-13 in the final seconds, the deadlock finally broke. Lisa Erickson delivered the decisive spike, giving Star Valley the win, and their second state trophy in 3 years. The first half of the football title between the Star Valley Braves and the Buffalo Bison was also close. The Bison took a 22-21 lead against the Braves at the end of the first half after scoring 3 touchdowns. But the Bison would not score another point that game. Coach Jerry Hart says the victory was a team effort, but receiver Robert Allen stole the show. Allen scored 4 touchdowns, including the first and the last of the game. The first came with an 85-yard opening kickoff return that signaled the Braves were ready to fight. His final touchdown, a 67-yard run with 10 minutes left in the clock, sealed the win. Hart says it was the best game of Allen's career. The game closed 27-22. It was the Braves' first state football title in 8 years.
B&H Auto in Athens has been serving the Star Valley community for over 10 years. With a qualified and trained staff, you can trust B&H Auto for brakes, maintenance, repairs, tires, and more. That's B&H Auto on the north end of Afton. Service you can ride on.
At Fall River Propane, we're not just your propane provider. We're the ones who make sure life keeps moving. Fall River Propane. Experience the difference.
On November 1st, 1980.
Star Valley Disposal and Royal Flush Septic have been serving the local community for over 25 years with residential, commercial, and construction services, along with porta potties and septic pumping. Please remember to always bag your garbage before placing it into your can. Even the smallest breeze can cause garbage to scatter everywhere as it is being dumped into our garbage trucks. For service and questions, visit StarValleyDisposal.com. That's StarValleyDisposal.com.
Purchase DVD copies of this broadcast by visiting SVIstore.com. This is the SVI Sports Network.
The First Bank of Wyoming countdown to kickoff continues. Again, your home for totally free checking. It's where free really does mean free. Visit gofirstbank.com. Duke Dance and Dal Erickson here with you. And, you know, Dal, considering a lot of rain that fell this week around the region, which we're not complaining about, nope. Very much needed and extremely appreciated, especially in Star Valley. You look around outside tonight, and it's a beautiful night for some late August football.
You seriously could not ask for better conditions right now. It's been a beautiful day. It's not been hot, and now it's cooling down. Just absolutely picturesque weather here in Shelley for this game between the Russets and the Braves.
And a good contingent of Star Valley Braves fans making the what we consider a short trip over here to Eastern Idaho.
And I don't know if people know this, but we actually will not start the game without Royce Hoops being there. No, so Royce is here, so we're good to go.
That's right. Kickoff time has been delayed a little bit here. They've pushed it back to about a 7:10 kickoff time, so we're about 17 minutes away from getting this game started at Shelley, Idaho. Dal, let's recap the rivalry. This has been a common Week 0 opponent for the Star Valley Braves in recent years anyway. Here it is, presented by the Lincoln County Sheriff's Office.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. These two teams kind of met each other first about 20 years ago, and then there was a big gap, and then now this will be the fourth consecutive year of kind of rediscovering this matchup. And the first game took place in 2003. Overall, the series is tied at 3 games apiece. Here in Shelley, it is also tied at 1 game apiece. In fact, if you go back 2 years, that's the first time the Braves ever won in Shelley. That was in 2023. The last time they played was in Afton. That was last season. The Braves won that one handily, 44-0. The Braves have won the last 3. And that is a look at your rivalry, brought to you by the Lincoln County Sheriff's Office.
Remember, when you're impaired, do not get behind the wheel. Drinking and driving, just don't. That message presented by the Lincoln County Sheriff's Office. Again, a delayed kickoff time here due to a kind of long second half of the game ahead of this one with the freshman Shelley winning that game. But the varsity game Braves still on the field warming up, and they'll kick this one off at about 7:10 this evening. First Bank of Wyoming countdown to kickoff still to come. We'll have Millie Kazare on the sideline. We'll get the Millie's report from Coach McKay Young of Star Valley, as well as Coach Clayton Hall of Shelley. That's on the way. Also, we'll have those keys to the game ahead of the Records Watch, and, of course, the National Anthem and your kickoff, all on the way from Shelley, Idaho, and the SVI Sports Network.
Working at Simplot Smoky Canyon Mine is more than just a job. For many, it's a multi-generational career path. It's a way to provide a suitable living for you and your family. It's an environment based on the well-being of each and every employee, with an intense emphasis on safety. So whether you're a recent high school graduate or nearing retirement, visit Simplot.com and select careers. That's Simplot.com and select careers. Simplot Smoky Canyon Mine, a world of career opportunities.
Friends are always with me. We sing, we dance, we laugh, we are happy every day. Have fun with us, let's say happy, 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 happy. Happy.
These kinds of headaches can be literally incapacitating. They can change your quality of life. They can change your ability to work. They can change your ability to take care of your family.
I wasn't able to get up in the morning and get breakfast for my boys. As they went off to school, I wasn't able to help them to games, to plays, to activities that they were in. Dr. McClure has helped me get my life back, and I'm grateful for that because I can be so close to his office.
Wait, he made an appointment online. When his car is ready, we'll give him a call.
Now that sounds less stressful.
Another satisfied customer.
Live coverage of Star Valley Sports on the SVI Sports Network is made possible by TerraPower, a nuclear innovation company. The Right Company, your local siding and gutter experts. Call Ready Mix, located north of Afton. Miles Beverage, proud to sponsor Star Valley Sports. Hillam Orthodontics, generations serving generations since 1966. And by Star Valley Glass and Lock, automotive, residential, and commercial glass.
There's no place to enjoy the fall season like Alpine, Wyoming. Enjoy fly fishing on the Salt and Snake Rivers, camping and hunting up the Grays in the Wyoming Range. Hike the trails in the Bridger-Teton National Forest, or bring your off-road vehicles and enjoy the backcountry. And with plenty of lodging and dining options at affordable prices, you just can't beat the fall season in Alpine. Experience the fall season like Mother Nature intended in scenic Alpine, Wyoming.
Get to know